I'm Ashley.
I'm Lauren, and this is
Whispers in the Basement.
I was going to hold the microphone to you.
I know, but I was like practically laying on your shoulder.
That's fine.
We're operating off of one microphone.
I know.
For now.
Yeah. Well,
Eventually.
we've had hella technical
Yeah,
issues.
I think I've figured it out. It's just going to take more money.
More money, more problems.
More money, more problem than I thought.
I feel like more money, less problems at this point.
It's true. I'm waiting for that day where I'm in like a really bad mental state where I'm like, buy.
I need to fill the void!
And I just charge some random credit card because that's what happens.
Yeah, I feel that.
I will pay everything off and then I'll be like, we're in such a good state right now. And then one day I'm like, I hate myself. And I'm just like buying random shit.
You want to know what my probably last 6 month hyperfixation on wanting to fill the void with is perfume.
Okay, so I do the same thing, but
I feel
not
like I just
perfume
want
that
to
you
smell good.
Yeah, but it's not perfume you can buy at some random store.
No, you can't just go to Sephora.
Yep. I bought Glossier. I bought Glossier a long time ago.
Oh, the Glossier You?
Yeah.
Loved it.
Like 6 months ago.
I think I bought it during COVID because a girl group bought it. But, like, I don't love it. It's such a good...
It's a clean scent.
and it's a unisex scent.
Yeah. I love unisex scent.
Me too.
Call me weird. I like to smell kind of like a man.
But, like, kind of like a girl.
But a mysterious girl, more
Yeah.
like a man.
Like, I want, like, a sultry scent. I don't want to be, like... drowned in vanilla and flowers.
No. When I envision a scent that Ashley wants to smell like, I picture this girl dressed all in black,
Okay.
looking like a total baddie, with a glass of like bourbon, with the big ice cube. I hate bourbon. I could never drink it.
Right.
But like maybe even I don't smoke, smoking a cigarette, and you just look at her and you're like, she'd probably kill me.
Funny that you said this,
That's
though,
what I want to smell like.
because the clean girl aesthetic is out.
Oh, yeah.
And the mob wife aesthetic is in.
See, I don't think I ever came out of, well, I don't call it mob. I call it grunge.
Right.
I don't think I've ever been able to really pull off a clean girl.
I'm not a clean girl aesthetic. I don't have an aesthetic. I'm just here with leggings and a t-shirt and a hoodie.
Which is very crunchy.
Yeah, it is kind of
You
a
give off
aesthetic.
crunchy vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, you definitely give off, like, mob wife aesthetic. Minus the furs. You don't really wear fur.
No.
But, like, cheetah's in, chunky
I
gold
hate cheetah.
I don't know.
I hate cheetah.
That's in. I don't know.
I know. I just...
Big hair. That's in.
Big
You're
hair,
good
don't
at,
care.
Yeah,
I just like
really
all... I think my favorite color is green.
Yeah,
But
it
I
is.
also love black. Like, if I could just wear all black like Johnny Cash.
Absolutely every day.
We're good. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's this episode about?
Okay, so I'm actually stoked about this episode because it just came to me one day as I was scrolling through the TikTok.
The Tik Tok.
And I was just being fed all of these outrageous news headlines. And I was like, these are all really cool topics that I feel like it would be fun to just kind of glaze over them.
Yeah. How far down on the rabbit hole are we going, though?
I don't
Like,
feel
how
like
far are we-
super far.
So don't talk too deep down the rabbit hole.
I mean, we can talk
Okay.
deep down the rabbit hole. We can go full on conspiracy theory.
Let's do it.
Just reaffirming my mother that I am a conspiracy theorist to my core. It's fine. I actually don't think that my mom listens to every episode, but I know that my stepdad does.
No way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he does.
Kevin. Such
Yeah.
a supporter.
Yeah, every time that I see him, he's always like, I haven't listened to the latest episode, but I listened to this episode. So, yeah, no.
I love it.
He's also a big podcast junkie.
Oh, same.
Yeah, so he's
Yep.
always sending me random podcasts to listen to.
Interesting.
They're never like fun topics. They're usually educational.
You know, there's nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with it. It's very much Kevin to his core because every year for Christmas in our stockings, I don't really know if he wraps them, but like I consider it like a stocking gift, is he picks out this like book for all of us kids, and it's always some kind of really good
Oh, I
message.
love that.
I know. I look forward to it every year because he writes a little note in the book.
Wait, wasn't he the one that you said, was it your mom was, okay, there's an app. Is it an app or a site where you can go and take like classes, like 3 classes or something like that?
I was going to do the master class for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
really wanted to do that too because you've got detectives on there.
Yes. Yeah.
And how to write. You can take journalistic.
I always have a running list of gifts.
It's so expensive, though. The master's classes.
It is. But it's a good gift.
It's absolutely a good gift.
I love giving good gifts.
Yeah, I would be stoked if somebody got something like that for me for Christmas. If somebody got something like that for me for Christmas next year.
Erin, if you didn't hear that, write that down. Ooh, Mother's Day. That would be a
I
good
would learn
gift.
to love how to be a detective.
Ooh, or
you can
Valentine's
also
Day,
learn
sir.
how to be a human lie detector. That could also be really cool.
Yes. Okay, so we have a variety of topics.
Okay, I may not know all of them, but let's go.
So the first topic we're going to talk about today is Lil Nas X.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of him?
I'm gonna look him up.
He has some catchy tunes.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can figure him out.
Okay.
Lil
Nas, N-A-S-X.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to tell you the first thing that popped up. Is this Somebody Love? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I know this guy.
So, I mean, he's very polarizing celebrity. He is very into his sexuality, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
He also has some very different artistic takes. So in his first album, he has a music video where
I should put Google down. Okay.
He has a music video where he is giving Satan a lap dance.
In his what video?
In one of his videos from whenever he had his first album, I think.
Okay.
And then he ends up killing Satan to become Satan.
Why do I feel like we're going down the rabbit hole of, what's her face?
Oh, like the golden juice?
Yeah.
No, we're not going down that rabbit hole.
Who's the girl is, bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be
Doja Cat?
Doja Cat.
They
I
are
feel like
very
we're going
kind
down,
of parallel.
I feel like we're going, okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Lil Nas X is also very popular for the Satan shoes that had the drop of human blood in them. It was like a limited shoe release.
But whose blood?
I don't know. It's just human blood.
But whose human blood?
I don't know.
Why would you not disclose that?
I'm sure that I did. I just didn't read it.
Okay, well, I'm going to Google it. Because I feel like if I showed up to work one day and I was like, hey, guys, I have these look at my tinny runners. They've got human blood in them.
I feel like they were Nikes.
Somebody would say, whose blood?
Absolutely.
And then I would say, I don't know, it's just human blood.
Absolutely.
Okay, but I want to know whose DNA, whose blood is in your shoe.
Facts.
Okay, I'm Googling.
Okay. So what really has brought him on my radar was in November he released a video on TikTok where he's singing a gospel song with the caption, "Y'all mind if I enter my Christian era?" His shirt in the music video also said, "If God doesn't exist, then who is laughing at us?" And in the video, the gospel song that he was singing it's very new age gospel, but it wasn't bad. I mean, as polarizing and terrible as Kanye West is, his Christian album was also pretty good. So there was definitely a chance that this could be real in my mind. So last week he was talking about how he was going to expose Hollywood and how Hollywood was not ready for what he was going to expose. And, everybody was just so excited because, we love a redemption story. You go from...
Is this redemption, though?
We'll get there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, can I intervene? Still nowhere does it say where the human blood comes from, but the shoes sold out.
Yeah, they sold out really fast and they were very expensive.
Whose blood? I want to know.
I don't know. The conspiracy theorist in me says little babies, but...
Because that goes back to the golden juice.
The golden juice, yeah. So, the artwork that he had released for this upcoming album that did drop a couple of days ago on Friday, it was very controversial. It was very much him idolizing himself, which in the Bible is something that
you shouldn't do.
Yeah, you should not do. You should only be idolizing God.
Mm-hmm.
And Lil Nas X put himself on the cross. Oh, sorry. We're going to get copyrighted.
It was just I just wanted to see
I think that there were a lot of people that were very skeptical of what he was going to do once his album was released. There were a lot of people that were very excited. A lot of Christians were very excited, thinking, oh my gosh, this is somebody from Hollywood making a statement, and they found God, and they're exposing the horrible truths of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, all hope of the redemption story for Lil Nas X currently was lost when he released his new album. He was actually just mocking Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads me to another question. Do you think that if it were the Muslim religion or the Jewish religion, would Lil Nas X be canceled? Or would there be outrage? Or is it just because it's Christianity that, like, it's fine to make fun of it?
Okay, first off, I have something else to say before I answer that question. I feel like to say you're going to expose Hollywood, I don't believe that, because I feel like those that have tried, a lot of people have died.
Yes, so he was also documenting that he had round-the-clock security.
But I'm just saying, like, there's some pretty high rollers in there. There have to be. There has to be.
Yeah.
So when somebody says, I'm going to expose Hollywood, okay, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. And there were a lot of comments that were saying...
That's like saying I'm going to expose Washington.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Do I think it's corrupt? Absolutely. Yeah. I do 100% believe that awful things happen there that we don't know about, probably don't even want to know about.
Correct. And I think, though, honestly, if we were ever hit with the truth of what goes on in Hollywood, I don't think that people would believe it.
No.
Because we've been told that aliens are real and people still don't believe it.
Yeah. No, you're right. You are right. So, yeah, just to say that. Now, if he was mocking another religion, would he be canceled?
Or would there be more outrage?
I don't know. Because I feel like anymore... It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, if you say something about any specific grouping, they take offense to it. Even if, I mean, there's a way to do it tactfully. Like, if you have an opinion, fine. If it's just out of mere ignorance and you just don't understand, whatever. But I feel like any group that feels targeted in any way is gonna be... Yeah. I think you run that risk.
Yeah. I don't know if I feel like it would be more of an outrage. I feel like if he would have gone for, like, the Jewish religion, maybe there would have been, just because of everything that's going on politically right now with the Jewish community. But no. It's funny. It was so funny to see how hopeful people were in his comments. And then once it came out that he was actually just mocking everything.
So, but why was he given all that hope to begin with?
Apparently it was a PR stunt.
Okay.
To just build up hype to his album. Because people were watching his social media, because everybody, I think, was so excited that, not everybody, people that were Christians were excited to see that, oh, he has gone from this whole, like, idolizing person to, he's found his faith or whatever. And then whenever it was just a big joke.
That's a slap in the face.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are boycotting him. I don't think it's actually hurt his sales, though, because I think he grew his popularity by doing this.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of his, like, OG followers that were like, why would you guys even believe that he would change?
That's kind of where, I'm not a follower, but I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what was it that he did? Like, he's been on the scene for a while. So what was it that he did that you were instantly like, oh my gosh, yeah, I have so much hope for this guy. Like what built up to that point? Like,
Right.
I know that PR came or whatever, but it's just, I don't know. It's just very odd to me.
Yeah, it is. Have you heard about the underground tunnels that have been found in Brooklyn, New York?
No, but that doesn't surprise me.
So, underground tunnels have been found running from the synagogue called Shabbat Lubavitch World Headquarters in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. There are lots of speculation as to why these tunnels would have been there. There are videos of stained mattresses being pulled from the tunnels, along with children's high chairs. There are also videos of people emerging from the tunnels. It's like members of the Jewish community.
So what's the theory
Like
behind this?
There are lots of rumors, so it's hard to tell. My best guess, because it has been stated that these tunnels were dug within the last 6 months.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely thinking like old. I mean, because that's an
these are
old
new
city.
tunnels.
It's an
Yeah.
old city. So I'm thinking like, well, yeah, it's an old city. There's probably thousands of tunnels underneath the city that nobody knows about.
These are new tunnels.
Okay.
My best guess would be the Jewish community dug them as hiding places for if the Israel-Palestine conflict ever made
Got
its
worse.
way over here.
Okay, that would make sense. I mean, it
But
makes sense.
The
but at
videos
the same
are
time-
very eerie whenever you're watching. Because they're not even like twin. They're like toddler-sized beds. Like, the toddler mattresses.
Yeah.
They're small mattresses that are just being pulled out from these tunnels.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, definitely look it up. I kind of dug into it on the conspiracy Reddit page, but I also didn't want to go into a massive deep dive on it just because there's not much out about it. There are a couple articles, but yeah. Moving on to the next headline. Have you heard about the 215 bodies that were found in Jackson, Mississippi?
No.
Okay, so this discovery all started because of a mom who was searching for her missing son, Dexter, who was last seen on March 5th, 2023, when he left his mom's home. After not being able to get in contact with her son, she reported Dexter missing to the police of Jackson, Mississippi on March 14th. So she allowed, a good time. She had tried to get into contact with him, but...
How old was Dexter?
He was an adult.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think that also ties into it. But she also had a brother who was killed during police misconduct. So she wasn't very trusting of the police, so she was trying to do a lot of the investigation on her own.
Okay. I feel like I would do the same thing.
Yeah, especially...
Even with police involved.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
would
kid.
be trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Dexter's case was not taken seriously from the start. His name was misspelled as Dexter, not Dexter.
Outrage.
His mom provided the police with photos of Dexter and remained in constant contacts for updates.
Is it because he was an adult that it wasn't taken seriously? I feel like it probably was.
He was also a person of color.
Ugh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Hate it.
After trying to get information from the police department for months, it turns out that the police department actually knew where he was from the very beginning. Just 30 minutes after leaving his mom's home, Dexter was hit and killed by an off-duty Jackson police officer in a police SUV.
No fucking way.
No, I'm not lying. And they did no field sobriety test or blood work or anything on the officer. They immediately ruled it accidental. Yeah.
Oh my God.
The police department stated that his body was not able to be identified, but upon the exhumation of his body, it was found that his driver's license was in his front pocket the entire time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so they also ended up backtracking their statement that they did not identify him, and then they stated that they did try to contact his mom via phone one time. And Never heard back from her.
What the fuck,
So
dude? When
they
she
buried
called
him.
in, why would you not have fucking told her then?
Right.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm pissed for her.
Yeah. So Dexter's mom was informed 8 months later of her son's death and was taken to his burial spot where his grave was marked with the number 682. She had to pay $250 to get his body back so that she could provide him with a proper burial.
Fuck that shit. I mean, God, no.
Yeah.
No, that police department's fucking paying that.
Uh-huh. These bodies were buried in a field behind the jail. They were in unmarked graves behind the Hinds County Jail. Some of these graves were completely unmarked, and then there were others that were identified by a number on a metal rod. The family members of those victims were never notified that their loved ones were buried.
So, okay, keep going.
Okay, the family members just thought that they were missing. When the bodies were exhumed from the shallow graves, it showed that the bodies were found in body bags and never embalmed.
What?
Yeah, you can imagine what kind of state the bodies were in. The odor attracted birds and other wildlife that were just scavenging.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because of Dexter's mom's persistence and the discovery of the graves, 2 more men who were buried in these graves were identified. One man was beaten to death, and they ended up burning his body and then putting him in the body bag.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Families of the victims are now calling for a federal investigation to
Absolutely.
uncover the truth about what is really happening in Jackson, Mississippi.
Holy fuck, man.
Yeah.
I would be irate.
Yeah.
Irate.
I know. Isn't that so awful? 8
Yes.
months. As a mom, I cannot imagine just like how in the dark you would feel.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't want to like purposely think about that stuff, but when I listen to other stories or whatever where somebody's child has gone missing, the feeling that I get is like, you know, when you're watching a movie and everything, the sound feels very like in their head, like almost like if you put your hands over your ears and you're talking like you have a really bad head cold.
Yes.
That's what I envision my life being like if something happened to one of my kids.
Absolutely. Like,
then to find out that the fucking police department was behind it. Mm-hmm. So are all of these men of color?
No.
Mm-mm. So are they like lower class?
I think so.
That's also unfortunate and fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. It's awful.
That is awful.
And the fact that it's not a big story in the headlines. Like, you haven't seen it. It's blown up on TikTok, but it's not like in the massive headlines. People aren't sharing it.
Well, they don't want to.
No.
Because, I mean, I'm not saying that all police are bad, but they've also been given a really bad rap. Mm-hmm. But do better. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Come on.
The bar's on the floor.
Absolutely. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Pivoting from that case, there's a new case coming out of Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, God.
Jordan Willis, a very distinguished scientist who's renting a house in Kansas City, Missouri, apparently didn't know his 3 friends were dead in his backyard for 2 days. Jordan had his friends over on a Sunday night, I think this was a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago, to watch the Chiefs game, but apparently he went to bed early and left his friends to finish watching the game. A fiance of one of the friends went looking for him and found a dead body on the back porch of the house that Jordan was renting. So she then called the police to respond around 10 p.m. that Tuesday. Upon arrival of the police, 2 more bodies were found in the backyard. None of the friends had been heard from or seen or went to work on Monday or Tuesday. The fiancée stated that she had gone to the house looking for her fiancé and ended up going around the back out of desperation. Like, she was banging on the doors and he was not answering. When the police came in contact with Jordan, he was only in his boxers and had an alcoholic beverage in his hand.
Of course.
Jordan had been telling family members that his 3 friends froze to death, but yet he just left them in the backyard. Jordan had also been reading and ignoring all text messages and phone calls he was getting about the whereabouts of his friends. There were no immediate signs of foul play. Rumors are that Jordan gave his friends fentanyl. Obviously, we're not going to find this out until the toxicology reports come back, which is a couple weeks from now.
Yeah.
The cars of his 3 friends were also still at his house.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm just picturing, like, if you went missing and you were in my backyard, like...
Or, also, like, if I was missing... I'm an adult. And I'm just saying, like, there's probably not a day where I would ever... I mean, because we usually talk every single day in some form.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe on a weekend you wouldn't probably be super concerned.
Well, here's the thing
maybe
is...
because we Snapchat each other and you would know that I didn't open your Snapchat.
Right. And the thing is also, like, if I haven't heard from you, I know Lish hasn't heard from you.
Yes.
And I know Lish is going to message me and say, hey, have you talked to Lauren?
Absolutely.
I would hear from Lish, I think, before I hear from your mom.
Yeah, that's also true.
I think that's a fair statement. Not that your mom doesn't care. Lish has messaged me before.
But also I am in contact with my mother-in-law, I think, to a degree more, just because she lives in the same town.
Also, like, I Googled that, and there's nothing on Google.
Yeah, there are some, like, local headlines, but yeah. Another weird thing is that Jordan also has 2 dogs, but at the time of his friend's deaths, the dogs were being watched by a family member. That's fishy, right?
That is very fishy. Oh, wait. Oh no. Okay, sorry. Keep going. Okay. It's on TikTok.
Yes.
It's all on TikTok.
Yeah. I think because there's not much known about it, really.
Wow.
The dogs would immediately be interested in dead bodies in the backyard, even if it was winter. Jordan has since deactivated his Facebook. His avoidance of answering or lack of helping to try to find his friends when all of his friends' loved ones were reaching out, trying to locate them, is just very suspicious to me.
Very sketch Magoo, yes.
Absolutely. Now that more news reports have been coming out about Jordan, people are starting to come out of the woodwork that had known him previously and, like, different areas of life. So, like, high school classmates, former girlfriends, and they basically all just say that he's a weird-ass dude. There is now a U-Haul that has been seen at Jordan's house. So is he moving out? This just seems so fishy.
It does. Well, and it's, like, very strange that nothing's on...
like, on the internet to be easily seen. No. The last one that I have written down is the Alaskan Air flight on January 5th. Have you heard about this one?
No.
Okay, so on January 5th, a window of a new Boeing 737 MAX plane blew out.
Yep.
In the air.
Yep.
The flight was going from Ontario, Canada, or California, or going to Ontario, California from Portland, Oregon. The plane left after 5 p.m. when a deactivated emergency door used as a regular cabin window blew out at 16,000 feet. The jet was carrying 171 passengers and 6 crew. There were no injuries reported. 2 cell phones were sucked out of the plane. And there were reports from other people on the plane that the person that was the closest to the window, there was not anybody in the immediate seat where the window had blown out. But, like, one of the guys was, like, hanging out of the plane because of the suction.
Yep, you can have the window seat.
Yeah,
from
absolutely
now on.
not. That is so scary. I mean, I probably would have to, but yes. Yeah, the door was actually located in somebody's backyard.
So do they know what caused it?
I think that there was some kind of, like, bolt malfunction. Uh-huh. Terrifying, though. And can you just imagine, like, being on that flight and...
I feel like I saw something, like somebody was recording.
Videos,
yeah, during...
And everybody was pretty calm during it. Granted, I mean, I feel like at that point, everybody's just, like, kind of...
Are they pulling an Ashley when we came back from GSM?
Oh my gosh, where you were just trying to find your meditative state?
Yeah.
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 And you were I hate you. You were like, isn't this a really bumpy ride? And I was like, don't fucking talk to me till we hit the ground. And then you said, look, it's raining outside. And I look and it sure as shit, it's fucking sideways too.
It really was. But, you know.
I just kept saying, like, God, if you please let me touch the ground again in one piece, safe and sound, to see my family, I swear to God, I'll go to church on Sunday. I promise I will.
That did not happen for
It
you.
didn't. But it was still scary as shit for me.
Absolutely. I mean, he pulled through though. We did land on the ground.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, do you have any news stories that you want to talk about?
Well, we mentioned the aliens.
Yes,
in
aliens
Miami.
in Miami.
Yeah, what have you seen?
I have seen a couple of videos where there have been like the shadowy figures.
Oh, so it's very much like Signs.
Yeah, where you're you really want to see something.
Yeah.
But also the footage is not the best. But wasn't it the whole like police department of Miami was called for this?
Yes. So what I have seen in red, not really seen video wise, because I also, like, when I tried to look at videos, it was just very shadowy, and you can't really see a whole lot. But what I read was they're saying it was a prank.
That it was a bunch of kids.
Yes, dressed up. Which my conspiracy theorist mind is telling me, like, well, yeah, of course you would tell that. You don't want to cause mass chaos, rather than just say.
Yes. Jamie Sauce recommended. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said her last name. Sorry, Jamie. It's okay. Your last name's spelled weird, so. She recommended a show on Tubi, UFO Revolution on Tubi. And it talks about the, do you remember that Sean Ryan episode that I sent you where they talk about, some of the service members talk about.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's what this is about.
So there's other ones too.
Oh, okay.
Like documentaries and stuff. And you can actually read or look at the videos that were brought up during that. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was a trial, but that preliminary, whatever, the discussion with Congress. And I have watched Ancient Aliens since the dawning of time, so I've seen all of it before. Yeah, I don't know.
Drop a comment if you want Ashley to cover UFOs or aliens and alien encounters.
I think we should.
I think that would be. I feel like that's very up your alley.
I feel like if you don't believe in another life out there,
yeah, then you're not going to get it.
I just feel like I can't say. I just think it's it's a totally different mindset to think like in our universe and in other universes that there is no other life. I just find that such a strange way of thinking.
I read a headline, couldn't tell you if it's actually true because I did not click into it, but I did read a headline that there was a planet where city lights
were seen. I saw that too. Yeah.
I don't feel like we're the only living.
I think it's, I don't want to use the word ignorant, but I think that it's very strange if that's what you think.
Right.
I just think that's a strange way to think, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Do I think that they exist? Yeah. I think I also look at like how far our technology has come in such a short amount of time. Mm-hmm. And I think that something had to have happened. You don't just come up with these random ideas. And even looking at like how little kids, their brains are developed far better than what ours were at that age. There's something that's happening that's causing this. Yeah. Like the microwave, like you have the microwave, electricity,
cell phones.
And it's like all of this stuff, even like your Albert Einstein and J. Robert Oppenheimer, like those guys were around like the 40s. Like something happened. Mm-hmm. Something had to have happened.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I just 100% think that there's other life out there. There has to be.
Agree. I think that you should do an episode on it.
Did you also know, though, that like when you were in school, did you guys ever make the solar system?
I don't think that we made it. I feel like we did like color pages with it.
So, like, when you think about the solar system, do you just kind of think of it just sitting?
Like in rotating?
Yeah, like the planets are just kind of rotating around the sun, doing their own little thing.
I don't know, because I also think about all of the, like, wormholes and stuff.
So, like, I thought, my little brain thought that our solar system just kind of sat and the planets just rotated around the sun. That is not true.
What does it do?
We are moving. Our solar system is actually moving through the universe.
Oh, like, so we're not just stagnant?
No, we are moving. And our solar system is moving with it. I just hit the microphone. I'm so sorry.
Kind of like a space station.
Yeah, so like, but very fast. Very fast.
Fascinating.
So like, if you look it up on YouTube, seeing that, I think I saw that like 6 months ago. Mind blown. Mind blown.
Yeah,
I even showed
just
Aaron,
assumed
and
that
I was
we all
like,
stayed in the same space, same part. But that would maybe make sense as to why we're always discovering new things.
yes, and why the stars are in different spots than what they used to be in, because they talk about like ancient times, how these stars were visible, where now they're not, but they
Right.
will be in the next so many years. You'll have to look at a YouTube video of it, because once you see it, you're like, I
can't unsee
never thought that our solar system
No.
did that.
I mean, I think it just also goes to show that what we're taught in school is sometimes very surface level, where, granted, our, like, pea-sized brains at that point are not thinking,
Well, and
do
like,
we just sit stagnant?
so much has like changed and evolved since then. I mean, when I was in school, Pluto was a planet.
Oh, yeah, no,
It's now
not.
a star.
Yeah.
You know, so much stuff has changed since then. It's just, that's what I find so fascinating when somebody's like, oh yeah, there's no other life out there. I'm like, but science is changing. It's ever changing.
And we're just discovering more.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I just watched Oppenheimer, so that's why it's like fresh on my brain. But he talks a lot about like, you know, when stars burn out, when they die, the battle that they go through, and then it creates like the black hole. If it's a big enough star, it eats everything. Light. It even eats light and sound, and it's just crazy.
That is crazy, honestly.
So insane that somebody's brain can think like that.
Yeah.
And then we've found some. We have found black holes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We've seen them.
Yeah.
So they do exist.
They do.
So how did your brain come up with that?
I don't know. I do feel like I just was read about a black hole at one point, and I was like, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Because space is just, you would just never.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just insane to me that like our minds just, oh, I'm just going to randomly think of that thing. Like, no, I feel like there's some form of influence at some point.
Yes. This also leads me to a Netflix show recommendation, The 100. Have you watched that?
I don't think so.
It's a CW, so it's like a teeny bopper, but like a young adult. It was very good until the last season. The last season you could basically never watch the last season. But it's basically about how the Earth is hit with an atomic bomb, I think.
Uh-huh.
And they fly a bunch of people up into outer space. Well, there is some kind of malfunction with this space station, and they are a couple of years behind schedule of actually knowing that it's safe to be on the Earth.
Uh-huh.
And so they send 100
back,
but the 100 that are back are like criminals.
Oh, okay.
And so it's basically like the outcast of the space station. They get sent back because they're the ones that, like, if you're gonna die, let it be them.
Yeah.
So they go back and they have to, report that, like, the Earth is livable, and they actually find that there are people that survived the atomic bomb, and that there's, like, all kinds of... It's very interesting. It's a good show, honestly. Lots of drama.
Okay. Drama. Okay. I'll
Not
put it
like
on
Real
my list.
Housewives drama, but it is really good. I rewatched it twice, so...
I'll put it on my list.
Minus the last season. Like, really don't watch the last season.
Okay.
They could have done so much better at the ending, but it's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So, definitely let us know if you guys liked this type of episode. I thought it was fun. It wasn't really a deep dive on, like, one specific thing, but it was good, like, banter, which I love our banter. I re-listen to our episodes and laugh as if you're with me.
You're so conceited, Lauren.
We're funny.
I'm just kidding.
To me.
We are. I think we are.
I think we're funny. If you guys don't think we're funny,
don't
care.
Tell
me. Just leave us a 5-star review.
Yeah. As my son says, pay the fee.
Pay the fee. Yeah. I guess if you do want to talk some shit, just,
It's fine.
Yeah.
But really don't do that.
Yeah,
Be a nice human.
Let us know if you liked this type of episode.
Yeah.
That wraps up today's episode. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Patreon.
Don't forget to leave... Oh my gosh. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a 5-star review. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube and hit that notification bell so that you can get an alert every time a new episode drops.
We'll see you next week. But in the meantime...
Stay strange, my friends.